Hey guys, welcome to the Bin Zone. On today's video, we're going to be talking about Jaime and Cersei Lannister's death, mainly focusing on the theory or prophecy of the Valonqar or Valonqar. Listen, I don't speak High Valyrian, so it's either Valonqar or Valonqar, but that theory prophesies that Cersei would die in the hands of her little brother, because Valonqar in High Valyrian means little brother. And after we saw season 8, episode 5, we see that Cersei is crushed in the castle of the Red Keep, and then that kind of debunks the whole theory. Or does it? Because if we look at the theory itself, or not the theory, but the prophecy itself speaks of Cersei dying in the hands of her brother. Now we know George R.R. Martin says prophecies themselves are not to be taken literally. They're more like a roadmap as to what could happen. And we see that when it comes to the TV show, D&D actually took their own approach to different variations of prophecies. Because look back at season 2, when Daenerys is in the House of the Undying, we see her standing in the throne room of the Iron Throne and we see snow falling, but that could also be interpreted as ashes falling because he just recently burned down King's Landing. And when it comes to the prophecy of Azor Ahai, the prince that was promised or princess, we automatically assume that it was Jon Snow or Daenerys Targaryen that was going to take down the Night King. However, our expectations were subverted and it was Arya who actually took him down. But think about just what happened. It was Jon Snow that united Daenerys' forces, the North and the Wildlings, to actually put up a fight against the Night King, therefore buying Arya the time she needed to actually take him down. Because of their combined forces, Jon Snow and Daenerys, both of them of blood, ice, and fire, working together to kind of fight off or stave off the Night King's army. And even Jon Snow kind of rushed at the Night King, even though they did not engage in fighting to actually slow him down. So we see that they're playing with the whole aspect of the prophecies not being taken quite literally. And now we go to Cersei and Jaime. Now, a little disclosure here. Cersei is by far one of my favorite characters in Game of Thrones. And that's because I just love scumbag characters, and she is like the queen of scumbaggery. And I enjoyed her character, but when her death happened, I thought to myself, this is not satisfying, because after years of theorizing, even Cersei believed that the Valonqar was Tyrion Lannister, and we, the audience, thought it was Jaime because we see the evolution of Jaime's character. Jaime goes from a D-bag who pushes little boys out the window, and as the series progressed, in both the books and the shows, Jaime becomes a better character, a better man, and his ideals and Cersei's ideals fundamentally begin to clash because Cersei is all about power while Jaime's never been one to harm the innocents. I mean, the guy killed the Mad King because he was going to blow up King's Landing and kill millions of innocent people. So we automatically assumed that it would be Jaime delivering the killing blow. At the end of the episode, we see Jaime and Cersei embracing in Meagher's hold under the Red Keep, and we see that the Red Keep falls on top of them. Now, if you pay attention to this, you see Cersei is in Jaime's arms when she is killed, and it says that you'll be killed by your younger brother, your little brother to be specific. And we see that Tyrion was the one to tell Jaime to take Cersei through Meagher's hold and they'd find a secret exit where they could go to the free cities. So Tyrion came up with the plan that led them there, and Cersei died in Jaime's arms. Now, I know what we're expecting. We're expecting some grand death for Cersei because we know all the scumbags of the show die horrible deaths. Walder Frey, after he ate his own kids, Arya killed them. Tywin Lannister was taking a shit and got shot by Tyrion. We know that Joffrey got poisoned, Littlefinger got beheaded, and Ramsay got eaten by dogs. So we're accustomed to the bad guys getting terrible deaths. However, when it came to Cersei, her death wasn't as bad as theirs because she got to die in the arms of the person she loved. However, if we take a step back and look at it, was Cersei's death really that merciful, and was that good to her? Because what was Cersei's whole life about? Cersei's whole life was about being queen, building everything around her, having her kids, and loving her kids. And in this one scene, we see Cersei's expression. We've never seen Cersei afraid throughout Game of Thrones. And in this final episode, she was petrified at what happened and how she firmly believed the Red Keep would never fall. And she saw her kingdom crumbling up from her. She saw Jaime, the lover of her life, come to her battered and beaten after Euron pretty much messed them up. And then she talked to Jaime about her unborn child. She doesn't want to die and she's scared. And now, in this very moment, Cersei is losing her castle, her queendom that she worked so hard to build, the lover of life, Jaime, and her unborn child, and they all got crushed with the Red Keep falling on top of them. So as we can see, while the prophecy themselves aren't meant to be followed literally, and while D&D are not George R.R. Martin when it comes to writing fantastic works of fiction, this kind of takes some nuanced approach to the prophecy, because even the main author, George R.R. Martin, says that the prophecies themselves are not to be taken literally. They're more like a guiding stepping stone. So D&D got some wiggle room to actually work on the prophecy and give it a satisfying conclusion, because while not deciding whether it's Tyrion or Jaime that this prophecy was talking about, it's both of them. Both of her little brothers conspired or played a part in Cersei's death, and she lost everything. Just like Maggie the Frog, the fortune teller, told her, everything was lost in that moment, dying in her brother's arms while following the plans of her other brother. But anyway, that's my theory and interpretation as to what happened in this episode and what happened to Cersei. I'd love to hear your feedback in the comment section below, guys. And if you like the video, definitely hit the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button if you have not already. And if you think the prophecy could have been done better, I'd love to hear what you think in the comment section below. So guys, until next time, binge on.